So Kris Tyson, one of Mr. Beast's greatest and trusted friends, has now been exposed for liking. And I'm not talking about lollipops or candy, I'm talking about this, a young or young looking girl character in Japanese anime and manga. Except the thing here is, it refers to those characters being drawn inappropriately, which firstly, it's disgusting, and secondly, I'm pretty sure it's illegal. I mean, already right off the bat, dude just straight up decided to join Dr. Disrespect and EDP 445 to become the triple entente of PDF files. Now there is another person to this story, Shadman, who if you don't know, I'm jealous of you, but Shadman is an artist mainly known for drawing inappropriate artwork of anime or animated characters in a very disturbing way. And when I'm talking about animated characters, I'm not talking about like full-grown animated characters, I'm talking about the young ones. And this dude even has a channel, which is surprising how it isn't even terminated yet. I mean, I don't know if I can show any of the thumbnails on his channel. I mean a lot of it's just his talented artwork, I should say. I mean, there's even a time where this disgusting, pathetic creep drew Keemstar's daughter, who was 7 years old at the time, inappropriately, and saw nothing wrong with this.
Someone will tweet on November 8th, 2016, asking Shadman to draw Keemstar's daughter, who was 7 years old at the time, doing inappropriate things with Donald Trump. Shadman will respond by saying that if Trump wins the election, he will deliver it. And as we know, Trump wins, and as promised, Shadman will post drawings of her in an unusual manner. As if this wasn't enough, he'll later release a drawing of her giving head to Donald Trump.
Now, regardless if you don't like Keemstar, there's absolutely no excuse for doing this type of shit in the first place. I mean, drawing young people or cartoon characters who are under 18 with the intent of them is already in its own case disgusting and creepy. And well, it turns out that Kris was getting off to these images, where he even tweeted about these, going on a rampage, typing how his knob gets cranky into this stuff. Like, yeah, there's no defending bro here. Now look, someone may point out how this could just be an edgy joke or simply dark humor, but all the tweets we're going to be taking a look at certainly don't help his case whatsoever, because in a nutshell, a lot of the tweets he types up, either he ends up begging for it or just simply encouraging it. And already interacting with someone who drew a 7-year-old in that manner is a red flag in its own case. Now this all started to surface from this video here by a YouTuber named Adrox titled "This Video Will Make You Hate Kris Tyson," which blew up pretty damn hard, racking in almost 800,000 views. And at first glance, I thought it was a Sunny V2 video, not gonna lie, but it turns out it was the same format as a Sunny V2 video, except this one dropped quite the heavy bombshell, I would say. And the first tweet we get is from Kris herself, where she admits to buying a piece of artwork from Shadman himself, stating that this is coming from a guy who owns a @Shadbase drawing and has it as a centerpiece in his living room. Interesting. Coming from a guy, huh? Now this is from 2017, and I'm pretty sure in 2017 this is when the whole helicopter attack helicopter joke came into play.
Bro, what are you doing?
Bro? Did you just assume my gender?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to misgender you.
You're such a helophobe. Get out!
Which I find it quite ironic how he was mocking people who get offended by pronouns, when he's the one who ultimately turned out to be the one getting offended on people using the wrong pronouns on her. Now the artwork that he so likes to hang up in his living room like it's some sort of trophy can only be described as a young cartoon character posing in her underwear with a mouth, which I probably can't even show because after all it is a young character being drawn in an explicit manner. Now Kris would then end up posting the picture of the artwork, further proving the point that indeed she does own it, while adding fidget spinners to quote throw in some extra autism, which seems to me like she's fully okay with this and doesn't see that a young cartoon character being drawn in an explicit manner is somehow wrong. And this can actually be further proven that she did in fact buy the art piece. And if you actually look up Mr. Beast's video titled "Tipping Pizza Delivery Guys $10,000," at around 9 minutes and 30 seconds, it can be seen hanging up on a wall in the living room.
I mean, I would go extra large, but my girlfriend might get mad at me. But I mean, no, I'll do large though, I'll do large.
And just by this screenshot here, it looks like Mr. Beast is frightened for his life. I mean, it's almost like the art piece is speaking to him. Destroy me. Get rid of me. I'm gonna be your worst nightmare. And I mean, it definitely is his worst nightmare now. But like, what's even more insane to me is how Kris would just hang it up like a goddamn trophy and act like it isn't a young character, or how anyone else wouldn't question it. Like, oh yeah, you know, I'm just gonna go hang up a picture of a young character being drawn inappropriately and act like nothing's wrong with it. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna grab the drawing here and just pin it on my wall here, and there. Nothing wrong with that, you know, nothing inappropriate or you know, very controversial here. Just a picture of an underage animated character being drawn explicitly. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I just really hope Mr. Beast isn't into this stuff, which, I mean, I doubt he is, because Kris here has quite the digital footprint left behind. And to further prove this point, someone would end up tweeting to Shadman a picture of Caillou and his mom. Yes, Caillou and his mom, with the caption reading, "Caillou gets a timeout." And I'm pretty sure you guys can already guess what's gonna happen next. And well, I'm gonna assume you guys are smart enough to know what Kris Tyson here is gonna respond with, you know, the smart response that she's gonna give off. But just in case you're not that smart, you know, just like me, you know, I'm a little bit dumb, okay, I will say that. You might think that, you know, she might have responded by saying, "This is disgusting, why would you want this drawn explicitly?" Well, just in case you fall into that category, you will be wrong, because if you're smart, then you'd probably say something like, "Help, I need an adult," which I'm just gonna let you guys interpret what she means by this just based off the previous clues and responses. Which, I mean, geez, what's next? Doc McStuffins? Paw Patrol? Sanjay and Craig? Dude's literally gonna tweet a picture to Shadbase of the snake. I'm having too much fun. And then we get this tweet from a picture of Mabel and Dipper from Gravity Falls, which are confirmed to be 12-year-olds being drawn making out with each other. And how do you guys think Kris responds to this? Well, she ends up typing this out with her 2 thumbs, which I'm not even gonna read out loud. I mean, already in itself, that whole sentence it'll probably get me on the FBI watch list. Or on second thought, she could have just been typing this with one hand, considering how she likes to crank the knob to this sort of stuff, which... jeez, man. And then we get a picture here of Violet from The Incredibles, which, if you don't know, is 14 years old, where Kris replied to this saying, "Low-key, she cute." Like, Jesus, dude, I thought, honestly, I have nothing else to expect from her anymore. I mean, it was already bad enough when she bought an art piece from Shadman in the first place, but now she's literally getting the hammer and nails for the coffin. Like, I mean, she's literally shopping for them, and by the looks of it, she's getting every single one of them in the world. You know, she's gonna make sure that coffin is nailed shut. Every single nail in the world is used up, where the whole coffin is just gonna be surrounded by a bunch of nails. It's essentially gonna have its own little shield bubble from Fortnite made out of nails, which, I mean, is completely deserved, because we don't need any more of these types of people in society anymore. I mean, I feel like every 2 weeks we get someone exposed for being into this sort of stuff or liking young people. Like, geez, celebrities and YouTubers are getting exposed left and right for this type of stuff. Now, what makes this situation even more practically insane is how one day when Kris was live streaming, he or she, I mean, he's a guy in the video, but, you know, we're just gonna go with she, just so you know, we don't offend the attack helicopter. She accidentally pulled up his website on stream, where he shouts him out on Twitter for having safe for work drawings, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, how do you accidentally pull up an Art34 website? And I'm not talking about this Art34, I'm talking about this, which, yeah, I'm probably not even gonna show a picture of it, because regardless if I show a picture, it's just gonna be worse. Like, oh yeah, that makes sense, you know, when I'm live streaming, I can't help it but to accidentally click on an orange and black website, because, you know, I'm crazy like that. It just doesn't make any sense in its own case. Like, repeat that sentence again and tell me if it's logical. You accidentally click on a website that has Art34. Like, how do you accidentally click it? Like, I'm pretty, like, this guy has a bookmark, okay? If he accidentally clicked it, he either has it from his history or bookmark, which either way, it doesn't give you a good look. Now, this was in 2019. I'm pretty sure this was a time where Mr. Beast was really starting to pop off on YouTube, and Kris here still wanted to be associated with Shadman himself, which basically already sealed the deal. I mean, there's no taking back anything for these types of situations. It's already been out there. It's already been, you know, stamped on the timeline. I mean, it's not like Marvel where you can just go back in time and change it yourself, but if you wanted to, you can summon the PD Avengers and do it with them. And then we get this tweet of a 10-year-old anime character who is called Raftilia, where Kris is legitimately begging Shadman to draw her in his unique and artistic way. Yeah, she definitely got out to this shit, because she's quite literally starving for it, begging on both knees for the one and only Shadman to draw it.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Now, regardless if he chose a 17-year-old, that still doesn't make it better. It's still under the age of 18, meaning it's a minor. And how these were the only 2 options, as opposed to the Beast Boy one, which from Teen Titans Go is a boy, and from the original Teen Titans series, it's an adult. Yeah, there's no cartoon characters safe from Kris Tyson. I mean, he's quite literally the Diddy of cartoon characters. I mean, you can think of any cartoon character, Tom and Jerry, Looney Tunes, Paw Patrol, hell, even Mickey Mouse, and Kris Tyson will find a way to get somebody to draw it inappropriately for them. Now, all the tweets are from Adrox's video where he brought these into light, because after all, Kris did end up deleting these, and he ended up nuking his entire Twitter page. So, yeah, no evidence left behind. Now, I've actually known about these tweets from this video here from Boblax 3 years ago, titled "Mr. Beast Kris Tyson Makes Horrible Tweets." And in this video, it's just a bunch of edgy tweets that Kris Tyson ended up tweeting out, where one of them includes the fantastic artwork he bought off of Shadman.
This 2016 tweet says, "When you were hitting it from behind and she says, did nothing wrong. Nut. This tweet says, bonus fidget spinners to really throw in some extra autism, at Chadbase, showing a picture that he bought from the artist.
But yeah, it seems like it's really starting to shine. I mean, every commentary channel is quite literally talking about it, so I figured I'd hop on the trend. Because, yeah, we gotta really do something about these people. We just, you know, Kris Tyson definitely deserves to be deplatformed. I actually didn't know about this, but Kris Tyson has a YouTube channel, which has just been getting raided with a bunch of comments saying this. You didn't appear in the video because there was no children there? Jeez, dude. Dr. Chris Respect. Bro is the cupcake crusader. Don't come to Cell Block 1. For real, dude. He's not like us. They're not like us. They're not like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm never doing that again. 100 predators compete for a minor? Jeez, dude, they're showing no mercy on her. Jesus, dude, this guy has 6.2 thousand dislikes and 332 likes. Yeah, that like to dislike ratio is crazy. Now, remember how I mentioned how initially I thought this was a Sunny V2 video? Well, remember when Sunny V2 got all the controversy surrounding his video he made on Kris at the time, and how he basically said that Kris will be Mr. Beast's worst nightmare?
The Kris Tyson situation could become a complete disaster for Mr. Beast's brand. However, it may also provide some unique benefits.
Well, guess what? I'm pretty sure he's laughing right now at every single one of you who doubted him, and well, I hate to be that guy to say this, but yeah, he told you so.